Yo, welcome back to the Realist channel on YouTube. It is your boy Joshua Medic. We're back again with another video, yo. We are here to review and predict UFC 284 coming up this Saturday. Um, a lot of anticipation for this 284 card with the UFC. So let's jump straight into it here. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you guys are able to follow along with me here. But what a card it's going to be. The first big pay-per-view of the year. Here, looking at it here, we're just going to go over the main card because this card is not full of stars, but it is full of up-and-coming contenders. A lot of Dana White Contender Series personnel on the card. So we're just going to go over the main card here. But the first fight that we have here is in the light heavyweight division, which is with Jimmy Crute and Alonzo Menefield. I'm not too familiar with both of these guys, but obviously looking at the tail of the tape here, you have Jimmy, who is 26 years old, and then you also have Alonzo, who is 35, obviously closer to the end of his career than to the beginning. From what I've seen from Jimmy Crute, he has great stand-up, also has great takedown defense, as well as takedowns of his own. But in this fight, I believe that the younger guy is going to prevail. So I'm going to give the win to Jimmy Crute by decision. We're going to go by decision because it's a 3-round fight. So we're going to go by decision for Jimmy Crute here. The next fight that we have on our hand, which I honestly have no idea who these guys are, so it's just going to be a coin flip for me, but we have Justin Tafa versus Parker Porter. Very interesting name. But obviously we have Justin here, 29 years old. We have Parker as well here at 37, man, almost close to 40 years old there. You see the height is identical, the weight is practically identical, as well as the reach is practically identical as well. So I'm not really too sure about this fight here. So I think it's going to be a coin flip. So if I'm just going to do the coin flip, I think it's just going to go to PP Parker Porter. Not too familiar with these guys, so that's why it's a coin flip for me. But now going into the last 3 fights of the main event of UFC 284, we have Jack Maddalena and we have Randy Brown. 2 up-and-coming contenders, right? Jimmy has been, or excuse me, not Jimmy, Jack has been on a roll. Everybody that he's been fighting he's absolutely, his boxing is probably some of the most crisp boxing that we have in the UFC currently, especially in the welterweight division. And then you also have Brown that has a lot of assets. He's very, very long, very, very slick, and also has a lot of leg kicks, submission attempts. It's going to be an interesting fight here. You have Jimmy, or excuse me, I keep saying Jimmy. I don't know why the fuck I keep saying Jimmy, guys. Excuse me. But we have Jack here at 26 years old, and he's been running through everybody that they put in front of him, as well as Randy Brown as well. He's also been very, very hard to contain in the octagon. But from what I see here, guys, I honestly think that looking at the age, looking at the height, looking at the weight, which is practically identical as well, as long as they come in on weight, and then the reach, obviously there is 5-inch reach advantage for Randy Brown. I think I'm gonna ride with the Jamaican. Oh, let me not. I don't know, because this Jack guy has been absolutely sensational on the feet, and this is not a fight that's gonna go to the ground. This is gonna be a fight contested on the feet for all 3 rounds. I think, oh man, because Randy hits hard, but Jack also hits hard. This is probably going to be my pick for fight of the night. I'm going to go with Randy. Randy, 3rd round TKO. That's what we're going with, guys. Randy, third round TKO. That's what I can't. It's hard for me to pick on this fight because I love both fighters. I want both fighters to do well in the in the welterweight division. But I'm gonna go with Randy on this one. Randy, third round TKO stoppage. All right. Moving on to the next fight: Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. Josh here at 37 years old, and then you also have Yair at 30 years old. Height practically, actually not the same. Yair is 5'9" and Josh is 5'5", and then you also have the weight, which is they're fighting in the featherweight division, and then reach is practically identical with Yair with just 1 inch reach advantage. This could also potentially be fight of the night because Yair, the way he fights is fight of the night potential in any fight, just like the last fight that we saw with Max was fight of the night as well. What a great fight that was. But you also have Josh that just hits absolutely hard and also has great takedown defense as well as takedowns of his own, which is something that Yair is definitely going to have to look out for in this fight. I think what Josh is going to need to do in this fight is not be at range with Yair. He's going to have to close that distance and absolutely unleash bombs, because if he stays at distance with Yair is going to be hitting him with a lot of crazy techniques, a lot of leg kicks, a lot of spinning shit. You know what I mean? So right now, what I had as a prediction was Yair, and this is a 5-round fight as well. And we've seen Yair slow down in 5-round fights versus Josh actually just cruise through in 5-round fights. So I see a stoppage in this fight, and I don't see it being Josh finishing Yair. I have Yair finishing Josh in the 2nd round by head kick. So it's going to be a TKO stoppage, Yair by head kick. That's what I have right here. And then moving on into the main event of the evening, we have Islam Makhachev versus Alex Volkanovski. Before we even get into this, guys, please go ahead and like and subscribe on the videos. It's very, very important for me as well as the community for us to grow the channel, because this is just not me. I appreciate the support that I have been getting from you guys. But if you guys wouldn't mind, just go ahead and like and subscribe, and as well as share the video with anybody that you can, okay? I would really appreciate that. But going into the main event here, we have Islam Makhachev versus Alexander Volkanovski. 2 GOATs in their own rights. This fight, I'm very torn about this fight, right? Because these are two, number 1 pound for pound versus number 2 pound for pound, right? And I thought there was a lot in between these guys in terms of their aesthetics, like age, height, and weight, but there isn't much going on here. Obviously, looking at the age here, Islam is 31 and Alex is 34. There isn't much going on there. There's only a 3-inch in terms of height here, and then obviously Alex is going up to 155, and then Islam is obviously still staying at 155 there, but he's had trouble getting down to 155. So hopefully we don't have any of those discrepancies going on in the fight. And in terms of the reach, I thought there would be a discrepancy there as well, but Alexander actually has a 1-inch reach advantage over Islam. If this fight stays on the feet and Islam is not able to take Volkanovski down or not able to hold him down, I think Volkanovski is going to win a decision here, 5 rounds. But if in the 1st round Islam is able to take him down and hold him down and do some damage, this fight may be over 2nd round or 3rd round for Islam. In terms of a prediction that I have, I just don't think that Volkanovski has enough on the ground to keep Islam off of him, because he's gonna get him down. Everybody that he ever fights, he gets them down, and then once you're down, there's just suffocation to the finest. So I love Volkanovski. And let me be clear about this. I want Alexander to win this fight, but I think that Islam is going to take this fight possibly by submission. So it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be third round submission by Islam Makhachev. That's what we have here, guys, and that's what I'm going with. What a great fight it's going to be. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Alexander is able to deal with bigger guys at 155, because if he is able to win that belt, guys, it's going to be intriguing to see how he defends both belts at the same time, or whether Islam gets a rematch depending on the kind of defeat it is. Please go ahead and like and subscribe. It's been your boy Joshua Medicore, and I'll see you on the next one.